Okay, so I was going to talk about doing a tier list with each body part. Now, today we have to train a little bit out of our normal training zone between 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. We're here nice and early in the morning because we've got a shift starting at 7:20. But basically, here's the exercises I did with chest today. So, starting off, we've got the standard flat dumbbell chest press. I'm going to put this in the S tier because 1, range of motion, 2, your arms can go into a natural position, and when you're actually pulling it back and driving it back through the shoulder blades, you can get that extra stretch. Even if you go out a little bit wider, go lower. Bench press is very limited to, because it has the bar across as well. I'm not a fan of the bench press because you can always bench more than what you can dumbbell press. Dumbbell press is a very humbling exercise. Works on your stabilizers. It allows you to actually bring those arms together even closer to get that extra contraction in the actual pec major. Okay, so we started with dumbbell press for chest. Then we moved into incline dumbbell press. No, perfect exercise. And also as well, if you go a little bit out like that with the way you hold it, you can get actually a bit extra lower, even past that point, and it really stretches out that pec minor as well on top. So you're getting that extra stretch, you're bringing it up at top, you're driving it, you're getting that contraction, you're working with stabilizers. Also as well, I'm more impressed with people how they dumbbell press than bench press, because bench press, a lot of things can go wrong, like the form and technique. Dumbbell press is S tier exercise. So we get the dumbbell press S tier for flat and incline. Now pec flies, if you don't have the ability of a pec fly machine, cable machine, or the cable variation, dumbbell pec flies are a perfect alternative. Now I'm going to put them in the maybe B plus or A minus tier because 1, yes, they are very good at the bottom part where they get the full stretch through the chest. However, when we bring it back up, because it is a dumbbell exercise, the gravitational pull going downward, you're going to lose that resistance at the top, okay? So you're gonna have the most resistance at the bottom. It's good because it works on your stretch, but when you try to drive it at the top of the squeeze, you're losing a lot of resistance, okay? So that's why it got to the, actually, let's leave it in the B plus tier, okay? Didn't get to the S tier, and it just missed out on that. But still a perfect exercise and one that I still do because it still works as stabilizers. The next exercise I did was the pec fly machine. Now this keeps the resistance through the whole movement. We're not having that problem where it's going to be dying at the bottom, but we're actually dying at the top. It's going to have that resistance when you're at that full squeeze at the top. So pec fly machines, or also pec cables if you can get it. Sometimes when the gym's busy, pec fly machine is probably the best. If you don't have a pec fly machine, then dumbbell flies is your best alternative. Then finishing off, dips. So actually pec fly machine and cable flies, S tier when it comes to the actual resistance and the stretch and the overall feel of when doing this exercise. Now pec flies. Pec flies are an A tier. I'm going to say doing body weighted to eventually weight on pec flies really good, hits the lower part of the chest when doing performed right. You can work on your range of motion, going as far low as you can go, and it just helps stretch the chest out, and when you push up, it just helps. It's a body weight exercise as well, so it's one of those ones where I'm just going to say it's an A tier exercise. Okay, bench press, we're not even going to touch it because it's not working what we want to do. We want to build muscle, we don't want to build strength, we want to build muscle. So that's where free weights, with dumbbell press and all that comes into play. We're not going to use the hammer strength machines as well because 1, we've already done enough exercises with the press movement, with the dumbbell press and such, so we'll just leave it there. Anyway, I hope this helps you with your training. This is my tier exercise, so we start with S tier, with the dumbbell chest press, well it's the S plus actually, dumbbell chest press, incline dumbbell chest press, and then what we did was then move to the B plus tier with dumbbell pec flies. Why did it go to B plus? Remember, didn't have the resistance at the top. Then we used a pec fly or cable fly machine, and basically that is back into the S tier. Then we did pec flies, but it's basically, I have to say, an A- tier. So that was my choice of exercises when performing chest today, and we got through it. We did about 3 sets of each exercise, really pushed ourselves, focused on that stretch, and that's what we're looking for. Anyway, you keep on training, and until next time, have a good one.